Hi, my name is Charlita Butler. This is my final review for chapters 14, 15, 16, and 17. We'll be going over chapter 14, which is carboxylic acids. Here's a general structure of a carboxylic acid, which is a carbonyl group and a hydroxyl group. Together forms a carboxylic group. And usually they have a R group attached here, and that could be a combination of things. Types of carboxylic acids. There are two general types of carboxylic acids. You have the aromatic and the aphilitic hydrocarbon group. And here are their basic structures. And as you can see, these groups, this part is the same in both, which is the carboxylic acid, and here it changes. Carboxylic acids are common parts of our daily lives. The 2-carbon carboxylic acid, acetic acid, in aqueous solution or vinegar adds that tartness to the Italian dressings that we use for salads. Propanoic acids with 3 carbons gives that tangy flavor to Swiss cheese on a salad. Long chain carboxylic acids are called fatty acids, and they form esters when they react with alcohol, such as glycerol. The olive oil in our salad dressing and the solid fat in the meat and cheese on our salad are examples of such triglycerides. For chapter 15, amines and amides, here's basic structure. So you have your R group here with nitrate and 2 hydrogens. And then you have 3 different types of amines. You have the amide group, a simple amide, and a substituted amide. And you see the structure just changes slightly to the right. Medical uses of amines. There's amphetamine drugs that are highly addictive but can treat depression and epilepsy. Some side effects include weight loss, elevated blood pressure, and increased pulse rate, addiction, and decreased appetite. A host of these drugs are derived from amines, is responsible for improving the quality of life, whereas others, such as cocaine, heroin, are highly addictive and have negative side effects. Their use is controlled by the federal law because excess use of amphetamines can cause paranoia and mental illness. There's also something called the Maillard reaction. The Maillard reaction occurs approximately at 250 degrees, which is the reason that meats cooked by boiling or steaming are typically pale and don't have a lot of flavor profile. But meats that are seared on hot surfaces, like in a saucepan or a grill, do have more flavor. Foods are really complex, so we never really fully understand we'll never really fully understand the product of the Maillard reaction, but that won't keep us from enjoying it. Chapter 16 talks about carbohydrates, which a lot of people think just boils down to sugar. Carbohydrates are produced by plants, such as potatoes. They use energy from the sunlight to produce hexoses from CO2 and H2O. Types of carbohydrates. You have your simple carbohydrates, which is like sucrose, and then you have complex carbohydrates, such as starch and potatoes. Here are the multi-levels of carbohydrates. You have monosaccharides, which is glucose, fructose, and galactose, and ribose. Then you have disaccharides, which is maltose, lactose, and sucrose. And then you have the more complex, which are polysaccharides, starch, glycogen, and cellulose. And each one of these has a different role in how our body breaks them down. Some culinary uses of carbohydrates. A healthy diet contains both complex carbohydrates such as starches and cellulose, and simple sugars such as fructose and cellulose. There's carbs in a lot of foods that we eat and drinks. Carbohydrates only contain 4 kilograms. So even fruits and vegetables break down into carbs. You have your grains, your seeds, your nuts, your beans, and legumes. Also, carbs form tasty candies that we eat, different breads. You have carbs in alcohol. So pretty much carbs can be in anything. Medically, the quantity of simple sugars, especially sucralose, should be minimized because large quantities of sucralose in the diet promote obesity and tooth decay. And as you can see here, I have a picture that shows you, you drink water, there's no sugar, and then as you see these different drinks, Coca-Cola has like a lot of sugar for just one can. It's basically just sugar and a little bit of water, so it turns into like a syrup. And obesity is a really big global epidemic. Chapter 17 is lipids. And lipids can be subdivided into 4 main types. You have your fatty acids, which are saturated and unsaturated. You have glycerides, which is glycerol containing lipids. Then you have your non-glyceride lipids. And you have complex lipids. Those 4 types of lipids, some of them are our energy sources, where our bodies break them down and turn it into ATP, which is energy for the body. You also have energy storage, where it stores it in your fat cells and waits for, if you're sleeping, your body's not doing anything, so it stores the energy in the fat, breaks the fat down. So when you get up, you brush your teeth, you're taking a shower, you're using energy. And so if you haven't eaten anything, you need a place to get energy. Then you have cell membrane structural components, which are the basic structure of all cell membranes. It's also good for hormones, as transmitting your biological effects between your brain and your gut and the rest of your body. And then also vitamins. Lipids are soluble vitamins. Also, you have vitamin absorption, so it can help your body absorb the vitamins. And it also is a protector for your body, so the fat protects your organs and your bones, so weak for survival. And then it's also good for insulation, keeping you warm or cooling you off. We worry about what types of dietary fats we should consume quite a bit. We know that fat leads to obesity, high cholesterol, heart disease, some breast cancer, stomach cancers, and so a lot of people try to stay away from fat, but there are some healthy fats like omega-3, which reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease by decreasing blood clot formation. It also and that's my reference. Thank you for listening to my chapter 14, 15, 16, and 17 review.